All right. Thank you for joining us for the Monday routine weekly briefing. This briefing will cover January 24th through January 30th. After a very busy week last week with a couple of winter storm systems, this week's a little going to be quieter for the most part, but there is a system we're going to look at during the late week period. But starting today, this is generally going to be a chilly below normal temperature period to close the month of January, which is a continuation of what we've seen over the last week to 2 weeks. So while December was above normal and very warm, and the 1st of January was also very warm, we are balancing things out, and we're going to end January being well below normal. Tomorrow, we'll actually see the warmest day of the next several days, and that's going to be in advance of this cold front you can see in the up left that's coming, that's approaching us from the northwest over the Tennessee and Mississippi Valley. We'll see temperatures warming to the mid to upper 50s tomorrow. So if you got any outdoor plans in terms of temperatures, tomorrow will be the best day to get those activities completed, because that cold front will come through Tuesday night, and you can see there's also this high that's over Canada up here in the top left. That high is going to be building southward, and as we get into by Wednesday, that high is going to be bringing us a fresh delivery of very cold air, and we're going to see temperatures during the mid to late week period go back to that basically 10 to 15 degrees below normal, where highs are in the 30s and in the 40s, and lows are back down into the teens and 20s. And you can see that we'll see, and it's not showing it here, but we're expecting an area of low pressure, and you can see some signs of it right here in the lower left. Another coastal system, a coastal low, develop off the Atlantic coast, and it's going to actually move north, and that's going to bring us some light precipitation into the area late in the week, and we'll talk a little bit more on that. This is the winter weather outlook, and this is focused on Friday night, when we're expecting a potential to see a little bit of snow towards the end of the event. What you're seeing here is the probability of exceeding a 1/4 inch of liquid equivalent that would fall as snow or sleet. And so you can see in this graphic here, again, we're talking about another coastal low that is moving offshore and up the Atlantic coast. And so the precip, similar to this last event, the bulk of it's going to be offshore. What looks different is that this system here looks like the moisture is going to be even further offshore. However, this is all very early. The system, the upper trough that's going to be driving this system is actually currently off the Gulf of Alaska. So it's near the Bering Sea and over the Pacific Ocean. So as that moves onto the West Coast over the next 24 to 36 hours, we'll be able to start to better sample that weather system, and we'll be able to start speaking in terms of higher confidence in the next couple of days. So we're watching that system right now. Our forecast, we're basically saying there's like a 20 to 30% chance that we could see that precipitation change over to some snow before ending Friday night. Another key thing is with this system, it looks like the precipitation is not going to move into the area until after daybreak Friday. So while we're expecting some pretty chilly temperatures Thursday night, Friday morning, the precip's not coming in until we warm above freezing. And it looks like we're going to warm into the 50s that day. So again, we'll continue to monitor this system. So just keep it on your radar for now. As we look ahead, you can see here there's not a whole lot of greens over North Carolina over the next several days. And again, if you look at the lower right graphic here, the 7-day total, you can see how we have some just very light precipitation across the far eastern portions of central North Carolina, and that is with that Friday night system. So very limited moisture, and we'll continue to watch this very closely. Very cold, dry air masses. You typically don't see the threat of severe storms. So as you can see, there's no threat for severe weather this week. And you look at excessive rainfall, which we talked about this earlier. The moisture and precip looks very limited, so we do not have any risk of an excessive rain. Now, one thing we've seen from all this recent wetness, including the snow and everything, is we have seen a drastic improvement in the drought from week to week. And that is the same case here this week. You can see that we took a big chunk of the D1, which is a moderate drought. Across North Carolina, we reduced that greatly. And if you look over the triangle and over into the northern coastal plain, including Franklin and Halifax and Warren counties, we're actually where we should be in terms of moisture. So we're not even in abnormally dryness. So this moisture has really helped what was really a concern back in December as we were seeing drought increase week per week. So that has been a good trend over basically the month of January. Sorry, went the wrong way. And now if we look to the next 8 to 14 day outlook, and this graphic's pretty telling. We've been in the last 2-3 weeks, we've been in this period of cool and chilly and below normal temperatures. But what it looks like is we're getting towards the end of that period of cold temperatures. So could be towards the end of our last hurrah in terms of our potential to see some snow and sleet or even freezing rain. So for your snow lovers, that's not a good thing. So in the 8 to 14 day outlook, it's looking like we're going to be back towards that above normal temperature forecast. And that's very typical for anyone that has been living in North Carolina long enough to know we have these periods of cool and dry and warm and above normal temperatures throughout the winter, and it comes in these kind of 2-week periods. So we'll see what that ends up meaning for like the second half of February if we get back into another cold spell. But continue good news. It looks like we're going to see a slightly elevated chance of continued above normal precipitation chances. So that's good news in terms of the drought. So real quick to sum up things, the next week as we end January, we're going to be mostly below normal. Tuesday is going to be the warmest day. Outside of Tuesday, look for highs mostly in the 40s. And with temperatures at night getting back down into the 20s and even some teens on Thursday morning. The next good chance of precipitation comes Friday with another coastal low. Confidence is low. Remember, the system's still out over the Gulf of Alaska. But as that moves on shore the next couple of days, we expect our confidence to increase. But there is the potential to see the rain change over to some snow before ending Friday night. And we need to watch out for that. But what it does look like overall, when you compare this potential storm system on Friday, the impacts and the amounts look significantly less with this storm, but stay tuned. And then finally, as we get into February, and this is going beyond the 7-day forecast, but it looks like we're going to be back into more warmer, above normal temperatures. So this little cold spell, along with our chances for winter weather, looks like it's going to be decreasing as we head into February.